Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. Today we're going to take a look at a D&D backstory. Now this is the video series for players and for dungeon masters. For players, I like to present a backstory to help give you some ideas or at least provide a little bit of entertainment. For dungeon masters, after we go through the D&D backstory, then I'm going to give you a few of ideas of how I would utilize this backstory when building my sessions or my campaign. So let's begin with the D&D backstory. Now this is a character that was created by my friend Forik. He is a YouTube subscriber and also a moderator on the Discord channel. And a bonus for today's video, Forik is actually going to read the backstory for us. So let me introduce to you the D&D backstory for Cepo the Warforged Bard. Before we get started, just a reminder, if you've not joined our Discord yet, I highly encourage you to do so. Come on over and hang out with me and a lot of cool folks who know a lot about D&D. And if you're enjoying this type of content, please consider supporting the channel by hitting that subscribe button and buying my PDFs and books on Drive-Thru RPG.
The backstory of Cepo. Once upon a time in a distant land, there was a boy who worked in the junkyard. He found the inner workings of a warforged and repaired it, so it could help his mother around the house. One day, a visiting wizard noticed the boy, and saw he had an innate magical ability, and promised to train him to be a great wizard. Many years passed, and Cepo helped the boy's mother, who eventually married, and her husband completed rebuilding Cepo, giving him an iron armor shell. One day, the boy, now a wizard, came with his betrothed to get his mother's blessing, though finding out that his mother had been killed by attacking barbarians. The boy took Cepo and gave him to his wife to help her out, and they left for the capital. The young wizard fell under the sway of a necromancer, and his wife, now pregnant, went into hiding, taking Cepo with her. She died, giving birth to a son and a daughter. A prince, who was friends of the family, took the daughter and Cepo back to his kingdom, where the child was brought up as his own, and Cepo was tasked to being the nanny, telling stories to the young girl as she grew up. When she was a young lady and travelling with Cepo, pirates attacked her ship, and she put Cepo and her modern Art Deco on a lifeboat. She was unable to get into it herself, as she was captured. Cepo and Art Deco rowed away from the captured ship and pirates, and eventually beaching themselves. He now travels the land as a bard, and he is fluent in over 6 forms of communication. He delivers his bardic inspiration with odds. For example, the chances of successfully killing a dragon is 3,720 to 1. That's the backstory of Cepo.
So that is the backstory for Cepo the Warforged Bard. So I asked Forik, what is this character's motivation? And he told me that Cepo primarily just goes wherever the wind takes him. So Cepo and his Modron friend Art Deco are kind of just wanderers and kind of just clinch on to any folks that they come in contact with. So the first DM plot that I would have for this character if I were running a campaign is perhaps they stumble upon maybe like a small farming village and they find new owners or folks that can benefit from Cepo's ability to communicate in a bunch of different languages. Now, it would actually be pretty cool to start a campaign there. Perhaps this little farming village has a few of the other player characters that are going to be in the game, and this is where it all starts up. So what I would take from here is the young lady that was on the pirate ship, which would be the last person that Cepo and Art Deco were with. Perhaps this farming village, there's a young man there that would like to get away or like to go and help, finds out about what had happened to Cepo, and then dedicates himself to go and help fight the pirates, or at least to go and find this young lady that Cepo used to travel with. Now, another campaign idea that I had for this character is that young boy that created Cepo, as Forik said in the backstory, grew up to become a wizard, but then decided to become a necromancer. So perhaps this character becomes a villain in our story and will cross paths with the party from time to time, and in fact, Cepo will run into him again, and this time when he sees him, he's disappointed in the necromancer, and is maybe even afraid of this character. Now, a couple of more ideas that I have that we could make short quests or sessions of is perhaps Cepo's Modron friend Art Deco is captured by some type of merchants or scavengers, and they're out trying to sell Art Deco, and it's up to the party to go and help Cepo find his friend. Or perhaps Cepo is involved in some combat and loses an arm, a leg, or maybe an eye pops out, and then the party has to adventure forth to find parts to fix our Warforged Bard. Or even worse yet, maybe they have to find that villain, that necromancer, the little boy that created Cepo, and they have to get Cepo fixed by talking to this person. Now, the final thought that I have for this character isn't so much a campaign or quest idea, it's to use the backstory with regards to the 6 forms of communication that Cepo has, and to make this character maybe a central part in communicating. So I would throw monsters into games that none of the other characters have a language for, and Cepo would be the go-between, would be the interpreter for the party. So that's all I have for you today. If you are a player watching this video, I hope you liked the backstory and it gave you some inspiration. If you're a DM watching this video, what ideas would you have to include Cepo into a campaign or a gaming session with regards to the backstory? Leave a comment below. It really helps the channel out a lot. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you want to see some more D&D backstories, be sure to leave a comment below and let me know. Again, that's it. Thanks for watching, and on to the next.
Holy crap, you're C3PO, aren't you? Like, I'm sitting here, like, my dad just told me that there was coffee, so I was like, all right, let me go grab a cup of coffee. And I have a wireless headset, I can keep listening, and I'm hearing you, and I remember reading your thing it's over 6 forums of communication, Cepo, and I was like, why does that sound, you bastard? Well done, honestly. At the very least, I can say you had me going for a while. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. Very cool. Wait a minute. This children is what happens when we roll in that one out of the awareness check.